This is an instrument cluster that I pulled out of my 2003 Dodge Caravan. It was having a problem. Everything was flashing on it and it would shut down, and it looked like it was having power problems. So I went down to a junkyard and I grabbed another instrument cluster, the one I actually have in my Dodge Caravan right now, and it worked great. However, it had some issues. The one that's in my Caravan now, actually, it's not the same as this one. It actually has four gauges in it, and it has an RPM gauge. Well, the speedometer worked, the fuel gauge worked, the thermostat worked, and it had a digital prindle here, the PRND. The prindle switch was digital, just like this, and it didn't flash at all. Everything worked on it. Everything worked. However, my lights didn't work. Like I'd hit my turn signals or turn on my headlights, nothing would work. So what I ended up doing was buying another one, and I'll show you this one. I'm actually going to go install it right now. Okay, now the one I bought this on eBay, and this one, I'm hoping this one works. It's exactly like this one. I had to order one because I searched all the local junkyards, and they all had the one that's in it. They all had the one that has 4 gauges, and it's just like the one I have in my van now. So I'm going to go swap that out, and when I get to the car, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But I'm going to swap this one I bought for. I bought this for 30 bucks on eBay, and the one I have in the car now I bought for like 20 bucks at a junkyard. So I'm not out too much money, but I think I'm going to take that one back to the junkyard and get store credit. But I'm going to try swapping this one out. This one, there's something wrong with it internally. I've seen a lot of videos where there's like a bad solder joint or something like that, but I checked power and grounds, and I had good power and grounds coming into it. However, it just man, it's got an internal problem. So I'm gonna swap this one out. Okay, this is my 2003 Dodge Caravan. I'm going to be swapping out instrument clusters. And the most important thing to do when you're swapping out an instrument cluster, or working in the dash, or working around the airbag, you want to disconnect the negative battery terminal, and you want to wait at least 2 minutes to let these, there's capacitors that will hold the charge. You want to make sure those capacitors discharge, and the book said wait at least 2 minutes before you work on anywhere near the airbag after you disconnect this. But most important thing is disconnect the negative battery terminal and kill the power, and then you can work around the airbag. But they say you should wait at least 2 minutes before working near the airbag. As you can see, the kind I have in there now has 4 gauges, and everything worked. This worked, that worked, this worked, that worked. However, my left turn signals that would light inside the cluster here did not work. So rather than me trying to hack this thing and rewire it to make it work, I'm just going to try a simple fix and swap out a different cluster that was the same as what I first had in here. Hope that makes sense. And if this doesn't work, this one's a good one. Everything works here, just the lights don't work, but the RPMs work and everything else works. So if I can't get that one to work, I'm going to try to jury rig this one and rewire it and whatnot. But anyway, okay, let me show you some tools I have. This is a screw starter. This is very handy when working with screws inside a dash when you're trying to reinstall things. I got a regular long screwdriver, and I have a stubby headed screwdriver that I'm actually sitting on. Kind of hurts, actually. I got a stubby screwdriver. Okay, I'm gonna get started because it's getting kind of warm in here. I'm gonna start by lowering this. This is as low as it goes. Okay. To get this out, I'm gonna use my stubby screwdriver and just reach in. And there's actually a screw here on this side. Okay, there's one. There's another screw right here. It's handy to have a stubby. Okay, there's two screws. Now, before I go on, I'm going to pull this cover out. You just grab here, grab this cover and give it a pull. And that pops out. Let me see if I can get you guys a little closer. There's one screw here and one screw here. For this one, you can use the long one. Pull that screw out. Pull this screw out. That's two screws. Okay. Now this cover, you can pull it out. You just kind of grab it and you may have to kind of bend it to get it out. But you just set that up here. Okay, now I'm gonna see. Hopefully I can show you guys. Okay, just to show you. You'll see if you look in here, you'll see a white screw and a black screw. You want to take out the black screws. There's four. There's one here, one here, one up top there, and one right there. Then you can pull this dash out. I'm sorry, then you can, once you get those four, once you remove those four black screws, you can take out the cluster. So I'm just going to pull these out. Now you want to make sure you don't drop these. So it's good to get your hand on them. Here's one, because it'd be a pain in the ass if you drop it down inside the dash. Okay, there's two. Got those two out. Let me get this side. This side I'm going to slip right through the stick shift. Okay, got my hands on that one. Now there's just one more. And got my finger on it, so this thing should be ready to slide out now, which it should be. You just kind of tilt it forward and pull out this side, and you'll see there's a little red clip right here. There's a little, let me take this out and show you guys. There's a little clip right here. Man, it's dark, getting dark. Anyway, there it is. You pull this out like that, then there's a little button you got to push, and it should slide out. Okay, I'm going to put this back so I can get my hand free. Okay. What? And you just pull on that and give it a pull. Okay. Let's set that up there. Get the new cluster. I'm actually gonna wipe this down a little bit and put a little dielectric grease in there. You gotta wipe this down. Clean up the pins. Okay. Now, I got a little, this is dielectric grease. I'm gonna put a little dielectric grease in the, in my new cluster. Just in this, this back connector right here. This connector right there. The one that thing plugs into. I'm gonna put some dielectric grease in there. Let me show you. It's getting hard to. I'm going to put a little dielectric grease in this connector just to keep out some crud. Just going to put a little dab. Just a dab. A little bit of dab. Keep out gunk. Try to keep it from getting corroded. You're just gonna smear it around a little bit. Hopefully that'll help it. Alright. I'm gonna throw this bad boy in. Alright, gonna throw this cluster in. I'm going to take this plug and hopefully you guys can see this. Got that cluster plugged in. Now I'm going to pop that down. So I'm going to put this back in. Don't let it get tangled up or anything. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. Alright. I got the cluster sitting in place pretty good. Screws are lined up. Now this is why I have my screw starter. This is a handy tool for when you're you just take it and get it started like that. Push this in. Now it's holding. See, it's holding that tight, so I can use it to get them started. Got a couple turns on it, and this pops out, and you use your screwdriver to finish it. Tighten that one up. Get it started. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, that one started. I'm going to screw it in. Okay, that screwed almost all the way in actually. Okay. That one's tight. Okay, one more screw starter. Got it ready. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Got the last one here ready to go. Okay, got those two in. Now I'm going to just tighten down. Okay, got that one tightened. I'm going to do the bottom one now. Okay, got the cluster put in. Now I'm going to put in the this plastic piece. And I'm just going to Jam it in there. You gotta be kind of forceful with it. It's pretty strong, so. Okay, got that in. Now, got that screw. Got that screw in. Now I got to switch to my stubby to put in the last two screws. And got that one in. Now very last screw. Hopefully, if I can see it, it's right here. Okay. All right. Now I just got to put the, got to take this piece and just snap it on, and you got to slide it into. There's two little grooves. You want to make sure you get. Pop it in, and it's in. Okay, done deal. Now I'm going to go hook the battery back up and test her out. Okay, well, when I open the door, the lights come on. It's not flickering anymore. Let me, so far it's looking good. Let me see when I turn it on. All right. Before, when I would turn it on, all these lights would flicker right here. That light would flicker. And let me see if the turn signals work. Bam. See, that wasn't working when I had that cluster in right there. Those wouldn't show up. Now they're working great. And my lights came on. So none of it looks like this will work. When I put in this other cluster, there was no turn signals working. So let me see if all the, oh yeah, all the they all light up good. All right. I'm gonna have to take it for a test ride, but looks like everything's working pretty good to me. Everything goes off. I still have my e-brake on, so that's why my brake light's on. Well, I'm gonna go take it for a test run real quick. All right. To me, it looks like it's working though.